Genesis 34. Shir Ait Ekbai. Now Dinah, the daughter Leah had borne to Jacob, went to visit the young women of the area. When Shechem, son of Hamor the Hivite, who was the prince of the area, saw her, he seized her and raped her. Shechem's heart was deeply attracted to Dinah, and he loved her. He spoke tenderly to her. Then Shechem spoke to his father Hamor. "Get me this girl as my wife," he said. Now Jacob heard that his daughter Dinah had been defiled, but his sons were out in the fields with the livestock, so he waited until they returned. Hamor, Shechem's father, came out to talk with Jacob. Hamor said to them, "My son Shechem is deeply in love with your daughter. Please let him marry her. Intermarry with us, give us your daughters in marriage, and take our daughters for yourselves. You can settle among us. The land is open to you. Live in it, trade in it, and acquire property in it." Then Shechem said to Dinah's father and brothers, "Let me be clear. If you grant me this favor, I will give you whatever you require. No matter what settlement or gift you ask, I will gladly pay it if you will only give me the young woman as my wife." Because Jacob's sons had heard that Shechem had defiled their sister Dinah, they spoke deceptively to Shechem and his father Hamor. They said to them, "We cannot do such a thing, to give our sister to a man who is not circumcised, for that would be a disgrace to us. We will consent to your request only on this condition, that every male among you be circumcised as we are. Then we will give you our daughters in marriage, and take your daughters for ourselves. And we will settle among you, and become one people with you. But if you will not agree to be circumcised, we will take our daughter and be gone." Their terms seemed fair to Hamor and his son Shechem. So the young man wasted no time in doing what they said, because he was very fond of Jacob's daughter. In fact, he was the most respected person in his entire family. So Hamor and his son Shechem went to the gate of their city and spoke to their fellow townsmen. "These men are friendly to us," they said. "Let them settle in our land and trade in it, for there is plenty of room for them. Let us take their daughters as wives for ourselves and give our daughters to them. But they will agree to live among us as one people only on this condition, that every male among us be circumcised as they themselves are. Won't all their livestock, property, and animals then become ours? Let us agree to their terms, and they will settle among us." All those who lived in the town agreed with Hamor and his son Shechem, and every male was circumcised. 3 days later, while the men were still sore, 2 of Jacob's sons, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's full brothers, took their swords and boldly entered the town and killed every male. They also killed Hamor and his son Shechem, and they took Dinah from Shechem's house and left. Jacob's other sons came upon the slain and plundered the town, because their sister had been defiled. They seized all the flocks and herds and donkeys and everything else of theirs in the town and in the fields. They carried off all their wealth and all their children and wives, plundering everything of value in the houses. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me, making me obnoxious to the people of this area, the Canaanites and the Perizzites. We are so few that they will band together and attack me, and I and my household will be destroyed." But they replied, "Should he have treated our sister like a prostitute?